Last week, I learned something about myself. It's interesting to note that even though I've been in the decluttering business for a while now, every now and then I meet with a customer and we work together, and suddenly I realize that I can do something that I didn't realize I can do. Long intro, I know, but here it comes. Decluttering usually involves two main things. One is the purely practical side of it, how to deal with certain items, how to make sure that they're disposed of properly, how to organize the process in a way that is useful for the client, that kind of thing. So it's this rational approach, how to get things done. But then there's the, I think, more important approach to things that involves the mental and psychological awareness and health of the person I work with. And decluttering is a process that needs a soft touch occasionally. When we go through somebody's belongings and have to make tough choices, I usually sense or realize when people start to hesitate. When we get to something that holds more emotional value than the things we looked at before. And in those cases, I usually take a step back, guide the person away from that object, put it to the side, maybe saying, we'll look at that again at a later stage. Let's just keep going. This is one that we put in the maybe pile, something like this. And guide people back into the process of making decisions. Now, last week was different in a way, because those things didn't just follow each other, but they coincided and switched all the time. I went to a storage facility with a customer where we had to look at 3 big storage containers of stuff that would be going into her new place. And many of those items held an emotional value, but strangely enough, they weren't the ones that I expected, which was my mistake. But then again, what happened was that I had to do both sides, the practical guidance of the process and the holding of the person who dealt with her things at the same time, and switch between the two. And to my big surprise, what I found was that both worked in unison. I could run both of them side by side. I could keep an eye out on the person and how she reacted, but at the same time I could follow her process and I could adjust what the next step would be, and basically always present her with a couple of the next steps that I laid out for her to see if she was okay with that. And it worked perfectly. It worked fine. We ended up with 2 big containers of things that would go to her new flat, and one that held miscellaneous items, some of which would go to the flat. Some were maybes, but she had taken a decision on to let go. And some we still need to look at. And that's the next step of the journey. But we managed to do a whole lot of stuff, and I was very happy to hear afterwards that she was really, really grateful to have me there and to guide her through this in a way that worked for her. The fact that I had this realization that I can run on 2 tracks at the same time was a brilliant one, and that in itself was reward enough for me. Thank you for listening. Stay clutter aware and come back next time. If you want more, there are options. Click the round logo to subscribe to this channel, or select the playlist in the middle to see more content, or check out the links in the description below. Oh, and feel free to like this video.